You're not listening.
I have margin in the deal. It's marginal. And I'm not doing it. You the one that always said, if you're not doing anything and you have some margin, that's cool. You just comparing it to people that you know.
No, I'm not comparing it to nothing. What I'm saying is that you are already in the door. You're him. So if you're him, you have to charge. Like, you cannot be scared to charge. That's what I'm saying. You cannot be scared to charge, bro. You can have more margin.
Okay, I get it.
You gotta,
and that's why I was
leave
going
room.
forward.
But I'm saying you gotta leave room for them to negotiate. If you already at where you feel comfortable with, they're gonna chew you down.
They didn't chew me down though.
Because it's cheap. They almost yeah. They signed up for it.
So my original bid, you were there in the beginning of the process, but my original bid, I had everything in place. As far as I had margin in place, I had my team taken care of remotely. And then they came back to me and was like, hey Aaron, we're trying to stay within this budget, can we please?
So they already done negotiated.
Yeah, and they didn't negotiate me down because I was over their threshold. The number that they had gave me, I was slightly over, and they made it happen there, but they said, hey, for this initial project, it has to stay in this realm here.
How many episodes they get?
It was like 6 episodes.
So they get 6 episodes shot off. So you shoot them in one day.
This took my team all week.
Right. So this was a different one than the number that you just gave me.
Yeah, this is a different one than the number I just gave you.
Okay.
But it was a lower margin.
No, bro. We cannot keep sacrificing. How many times do you have to sacrifice? Somebody got to sacrifice something than you. Because sometimes it don't be worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to get to a position where we got to be comfortable saying, no, it's not worth it. A couple $100 is not worth it for the headache that you're going to have when they're going to be like, can I get the edit? Can I get this? Can I get that? Can I get this? They didn't do this. It's just not worth it. You got to build in a way that is worth it for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Does that make sense? Like, no, like, you cannot keep sacrificing, bro. I don't want you to be the only one that has to sacrifice. When you on your margin is messed up. Your margin is your margin. You gotta have what you gotta have. If it don't line up, it's cool. That ain't an opportunity for you. That's what we gotta get to as far as when we come to business, because at the end of the day, we lose. We think we winning, but we lose. Every time when we sacrifice and say, oh no, I'm gonna do it for this, I can do it for this little number, and we end up losing every single time. So it's just like, no, I gotta stand on what it is. I gotta have X per project, no matter what. Period. We got to figure it out. Go to the bosses and figure out what y'all gotta do. You already love me, you love my quality, you see what I do. Ain't nobody gonna do it cheaper than this. If you know production costs, bro, folks are doing it for big numbers and people are figuring it out. You are in that lane, you got the credentials, you got everything you need, you gotta charge like it. You can't charge that mom and pop. No, dog. Can't do it. Because it's gonna hurt you, dog. You're gonna be running from stressed. Over a couple $100. We can't do that no more, dog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. Like, charge what you charge, bro. Your margin.
And I feel what you're saying. You say I'm not listening, but I feel what you're saying. And I think any projects going forward or any other opportunities that come from these initial projects, because I'm trying to establish myself in a different market.
Right.
If I had the experience that I had a couple years ago, I feel like it would be even worse off. I'll be driving down there doing it myself. I'll really be stressed out. So I'm trying something different where I'm building a team, I'm building the processes, and I think once I have these clients I work with, that they have a great reputation in the market and stuff like that, and we're showcasing what we can do. What I'm thinking is, yes, my margin is lower initially, but now I have the case studies of like, this is what we've done. So when I go to the next client that's interested in the great work that we've done with these other clients, I'm not gonna repeat the wheel with what I've done there.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to think that, oh, I'm complacent with this low margin and I'm gonna keep doing it over and over again. the idea is to take the initial projects of show and prove, and then say, okay, here's I want to increase my margin as we go on. So when we gain a reputation, it's like, oh, okay, we want Walton Creative Group to do our productions.
Right.
This is what it costs.
Here's the problem though.
You think I can just do that initially?
You can, because you already got the Trojan horse.
Yep.
It ain't like you already have the Trojan horse. If you didn't have the Trojan horse, all right, cool. I'm gonna do it and just getting in the dough. I'm gonna do that just getting in the dough prices. But if you already in the door, you already established with a power player in the market. This is what I charge this power player. I need everybody to come at this level. This is what you see what I do for him.
Yep.
I need all y'all to be at this level because I can't do it. If you want this quality costs.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you get it for cheaper? Yes. Quality costs. So this is my cost to do a production like what you want. Because I have to edit. I gotta create Instagram reels. I gotta do all these things. And by the time you look at it, your numbers ain't numbering. They ain't right. Because you pay your people, all right, cool. They do all that, cool. But you can get more. That's what I'm saying. You can do, don't pigeonhole yourself to not get more based upon you trying to get the dough. You already in, dog. So ain't no need to keep sacrificing to get the dough. No, this is what it is. Because you gotta go, we're trying to go from here to here. If we're trying to double revenue every year upon year, we're trying to double revenue, we can't keep taking steps back. We can't go, so that right there is the beginning of Aaron Walton Group mindset. I gotta get in the dough. No, dog, you already got proof of concept. You've already been working with big corporations. You already got retainers. We passed proof of concept. I always say the story. I have a friend right now that charges $15,000 for logos, bro. $15,000 for logos, $60,000 for websites. And his websites ain't no better, his logos ain't no better than the person that I know that's charging $400. What's the difference? One is scared to charge, and another one knows his target audience, knows who he's after, and they're going to pay that. Because they already know if something's cheaper than this, I probably ain't gonna get the quality. That's how they think, that's how their mindset is. So that's why, like when I build at the max capacity. So then you can Jew me down to some stuff that I was gonna be bid lower than that. Because I already know that the negotiation is gonna be in regardless. Everybody's gonna negotiate.
Yeah.
But you gotta approach it from a standpoint of, I am him. This is what I do. This is my worth. You don't run Aaron, it's not Aaron Walton Media no more. It's Aaron Walton Media plus a team. So you can't build from a standpoint of just you. You got to build on what you're creating. You're creating a team. You're creating a company, not a hustle. You're creating a company. So with a company requires you to charge more because you got insurance that you got to cover now. You got all these things that you got to cover that's overhead for you to run your company. You got accountants to pay. You got all these things that is different because now you have a team of people. You're trying to create more than just you. And when you create more than just you, you have to build from a standpoint of I gotta pay me plus all them, and I know what I want. And you can't continue to be at the lower end of the stick. Everybody got paid more on the project except you. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. I'd rather you say no than just take anything for a couple $100, dog. Just to have it on some resume builder. We are past the stage of resume builder. You know what I'm saying? We passed that stage, dog.
Yeah.
We passed.
I get what you're saying.
No.
There's a lot of things that I tried that was new on this first pass, so I think that's why I was kind of more lenient. But based on what you said, what the next conversation needs to be is when I revisit those current clients about like, hey, I need this initial pass, kind of lower than, what I would normally charge on this first pass. So in order to continue to go forward, it's going to be this now. What does that conversation look like?
That's what I'm saying. So you have to it's hard. If I've been paying you 100, you always say it all the time. All right, I've been paying you a certain amount every month. All right, I'm comfortable paying that same amount every month. If you feel like, well, Josh, I feel like I gotta go up because of this, I'm gonna feel away. It's harder to make that adjustment of charging me more than going ahead and starting with the standard of more.
Yeah.
Because then it's a harder conversation. Hey, I generally do this for this. I gave you a discount the first time, but this time, I need to go up. They're gonna be like, no, I want to stay right here. This is what we're comfortable with. No, I'd rather you start the conversation of, we are here. This is the standard. This is what you're gonna get. This is the proof of concept. And y'all gotta go figure it out. But you can't be the one to sacrifice. Yeah, because it's just harder to have a reverse conversation out. That is one thing that is hard to have. Is hey, I did it for crackhead prices this first time. Can I raise my prices a little more? No, bro. I need you to start with a standard of, this is my number. And you got to just stand on it and feel comfortable with it. And be okay with the no. Even though we need the bread. Okay? So it be times where I take stuff that I was supposed to say no, because I need that right now capital. I need that right now cash flow. But then at the end of the day, when I get to the end of the project and I total up my numbers, I'm in the negative. It don't make sense because it solved a right now need, but like by the end, I done lost. You know what I mean? I'm stressed out, and I don't got no more money to get either. What was that?
I don't know. It sounds like something in your kitchen.
Good. So no, it's just it's really about like setting the standard on the front end, and that's when I'm like getting to a place of like everything ain't for me, cause I'm losing, bro. And I end up spending way more money. I got way more staff. I got way more this and that, and I ain't making no money, bro. And we ain't in the business to not make no money. We ain't in the business. We ain't hustling like that no more. Like them days are like over. So like you gotta get comfortable, bro. That's my J Mundy advice for today. You got to get comfortable charging what you charge, because the quality is the quality. And you got the sauce. What does that look like? How we manage that? And it is what it is. Especially who you working with, bro. Like, no, they saying yes because they like, no, the quote we just got was 15. I know what the marketplace is saying. And you know what your boy charged. He cracking. And you just got to be comfortable with saying, all right, I'm going to find my target audience. If this is the space that I'm going to be entering in, all of them talk. So if you was doing it for him for $1,500 and you try to go to them for $5,000, they're going to be like, no, I want his prices. No, dog. So first of all, you got to tell him, like, no, this is your special deal. Everybody else don't get this. Yeah, like, could you maybe just?
I think with these two that we've been kind of discussing high level, we know who it is, but I think it's understood that it's an introductory opportunity to see if our team can handle it. But yeah, now that we're in the process of the demand and kind of handling it, I think going forward, I don't think we'll run into that latter issue that you mentioned.
Yeah, I just think it's a good opportunity to double down in the space. If this is like the clientele that you want to work with,
in that sector,
in that part of the Aaron Walton Creative Group, then I would double down on that. And then I would double down on your retainer clients too. Like, I feel like your retainer clients are rinse and repeat. And you already have like your measurables, you already know what you have to do. I just think if you can increase that, your retainer clients and then have this going on, you're gonna be in a real good space.